Yeah, it's been lots happening on the show. We're going to have a talk about the Adelaide Bowling Club, of course, here in Adelaide. Beautiful setup down there. The big boss has been good enough to come and join us. Pete Rose. Pete, how are you?
Good, mate. Good.
Been a fair bit happening down there. Before we talk about it, I want to take you a little bit of history because, Poppy, I've been down there and seen the setup. It is fantastic.
Yeah.
Went in, had a look around. Pete was good enough to spend some time, take me, and I love tradition. You know, I enjoy that.
Yep.
There's some bowls in there that are over 300 years old.
Wait a minute. How can they be over 300 years old?
Peter, am I telling the truth?
1776, yes. Were you? 1896, 1996. Where did they come from then?
They were given to us by an English club.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Way back, and we've had them for over 100 years.
Wow. So what are they made of at that stage?
They're made of wood.
Yes.
With the weight same as the normal bowls that are today.
Okay.
And the wood comes from where?
They've been told it comes from West Indies.
Wow.
All right.
Hardened wood.
Yeah. Let's jump ahead though. So we have 300 years of history right there. The other big thing that was on when I went down there was the night owls, and Pete's the mastermind of night owls at the Adelaide Bowls Club. Going along pretty nicely.
Yeah. This year, I resurrected night owls 5 years ago. Had gone down, laid down and died for a couple of years. This year we became the first, or for the first time for the club, was we won the state night owls competition at Walkerville back in April.
You know, we've spoken about bowls ad nauseum the last few years and about how young people are getting involved. What I like about night owls is not only do young people get involved, there's a completely different vibe about it, a relaxed, sociable vibe that I just love.
Not from some of the people.
Oh, well, yeah. I know.
Some of them are pretty dirty. But
some strong arguments.
You're right. The atmosphere is supposed to be that way.
There's some strong arguments on the green, I can tell you that. But I'll even go a little bit further. A couple of years ago, 2 years ago I think it was, we have a little bloke, his father plays in Major League, Scott Hocking. His little bloke is Cooper. And he was the first 7-year-old to play pennant bowls in Australia.
Well, there you go.
Good little bowler, going to be a champion. And since then, we've had a family of Tim Hicks and his wife. Tim is up in Major League too. Tim's wife Vicky and his two lads started last season, and their 7-year-old, another one, won the state Sepsaza. No, he didn't win the state. He ran third in got the bronze medal in the state for his first year at bowling.
As a 7-year-old.
As a 7-year-old.
And I think this is what the advantage bowls has got over, I can't think of another sport really, where the family from 7 to 70 can be part of the one team and interact during the course of the game. I can't think of a sport off the top of my head where you could do that at a decent level.
I can't think of one where you could play with the young kids, brothers and sisters, your parents and the grandparents. Would there be another sport?
I can't think of it. So you know,
which would be a great opportunity.
And you know, sports are climbing over themselves to get young people involved, where a core element of this particular sport welcomes it, invites it. It's easy, and people are getting involved.
Yeah, and it's not hard. All you got to do is just get your green right and the length right, and away you go.
And that's why they call me Soft Hands Popplestone. That's why.
that is one of the few names I've never heard you call. I've heard plenty starting with S, but Soft Hands isn't one of them. But in saying that, you said you resurrected Night Owls. 5 years ago it was dormant. How many people now at Night Owls?
We've got 14 teams.
Oh, great.
Which is 4 a team. So that's, what's that?
56?
76. 56.
Yeah.
And some of them bring their girlfriends or their wives or husbands, and the kids come along. That's where the Hickses started. And that in time, 10 years or 20 years down the track, they'll be up in bowling for Australia, we hope. Because that's where you've got to be.
We've got to get away quickly, but I want to ask you this one. Your passion for the game is amazing. How'd you get such a great love for bowls?
That's a good question.
That's my one in the interview. I appreciate it.
I used to I used to 10-pin bowl many years ago, and I love 10-pin bowling. I was back in the early 70s, I was in the top 10 or 15 in South Australia. But a guy, I forget, Rodney Barr from Edwardstown, I forget his brother-in-law's name, he taught me into bowling 35 years ago.
Wow.
And I love it.
Good on you.
And I put in a lot of time. I love helping the club, doing anything for the club is my passion. I don't want to see bowls die. Some of the little clubs in South Australia are dying in the city. I would love them to amalgamate and be strong. We were the strongest club in South Australia. And in the last 5 years, we've won the Premier One pennants 4 times.
All right, if you've got some spare time, Google it or get on the phone and look up the Adelaide Bowling Club. Find out when the night hours are. If you're more competitive than that, give Pete a call. He'll look after you. It is a fantastic facility down there, well worth a look. We need to get to a break. Stay with us. Still plenty to come.